Hey guys, another Sunday is upon us. I hope you all had a very happy and safe Thanksgiving. I'm just making room to sit here. And I don't have really anything new, but I do have, you guessed it, old canes. So I thought I would put those old canes to use. So I'm going to move you around here a little bit so I can see what I'm doing. I found these canes. Obviously, they're kind of ugly. They didn't come out the way they were supposed to. There's a leaf, and there's kind of like another leaf, and then I've got another funky thing. So I thought I would just take all these and put them together. And if I find something else, like this flower from our last tutorial is here as well. So we use that one. And let's see if I have anything else. Oh, I've got this purple. And it looks like that's all I've got. So let's see what we can create with that. I have no idea what that is. It's just like a black and white spiral. So who knows? That might actually look cool. So how are we going to do this today? I don't know if I want to use this because it is really ugly. So you know what? We're going to start with this. And the one thing about canes is they don't all have to be the same size. You can make some big, you can make some small. You know, and that just gives it a little bit of character. So these, as you can see, by the way I'm pressing on them, are a little hard. I think they've been sitting here for a while. So we're just going to kind of thin it out. And it curved a little bit. That's okay. I don't mind the curve. Then I got this big old flower here. And it fits in there just nicely. Okay. And then we have a red and orange. So this is going to have to be cut down. Because I have some icky parts on it. We'll see how far. Probably all the way to there. Okay. It's a little twisted, and this is really soft. And I know this is older than all the other ones, so kind of interesting here. So we're just going to take this. And while I'm doing this, hopefully it'll spark something bigger to do today. I have this green and blue here. Was round, and now we're just squishing it. No particular reason. I think it'll look really good if it's like sitting across that whole side. So basically, I'm going to kind of make it longer lengthwise. That. So let's go a little longer, but I also have some black and white strips. Then I have some purple and white strips. But that might not give me enough contrast between those two colors. I also, let's see, what do I have? This is why I save everything. I have the strip. Oh, it's really old though. I don't think this is going to work. Maybe. See if I can put this on the side like that. That might work. Okay, well, obviously that didn't work. That one's a little bit too old. So I'm going to pull some black and white. I have this too. No, I won't make it that thick. But you know what? I'm going to use this. But I'm going to go ahead and grab just a couple slices of black and white so that I can lay that right in there. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have these teeny tiny cutters. Well, not teeny, but it's a little over an inch. And that's what I used for my black and white. I don't want them so thick, so I'm going to take a roller. I have not been on my desk here for the entire week, so it stayed pretty clean between Thanksgiving and cooking and baking. It's been a pretty busy week, so it's kind of nice to get back into this stuff. It's amazing how much we miss it. Have a huge sale on my Creative Dork Cutter page, so if you hear a bunch of noise, it's just the printer's keeping busy behind me. Alright, so we're just going to cut some thin strips here. I don't know how many I'd need. Oh, I'm going to go a little wider than that. So we're going to try and put that guy back together. I think I cut it from the wrong side is what I did. Alright, we're going to see if it'll stay together. I'm just going to cut one. Okay. I'm just going to set that on its side like that. Actually, I think I'm going to go to the end. And I'm just going to fold it over like that. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and cut that in half. Let's set that on top. Just kind of attaching it. I probably should have just left it one because there's no way I'm going to use all of those. So we're going to take it off at the white. Right there. And then we'll take that green. Just a little wider. Until I'm not really thinking too much about what I'm doing. I think when I have it all planned out and I do think about it, it comes out worse. So I'm just going to put this right there. Okay, so we could leave it like that if we wanted to. Or I have this green leaf right there. Maybe I can put one of these in between. Or let's go ahead and roll this guy. It's pretty old. I have those, but I don't think I can turn that into anything. I might try. So what were we thinking? We were thinking of putting this right there. Different though, maybe like that. I know I'm jumping back and forth. Sorry about that, guys. That's just the way my mind works. I see something and then it's like squirrel. And I run into something else, so that's just me. Not the best trait to have sometimes. I would love to be able to just sit and focus on one thing, but hasn't happened yet, so I'm not really thinking it's ever going to happen. Okay, so that one we wanted different. So we're just going to lay that in there. I was trying to figure out if we need this. Kind of liking this the way it is. So it doesn't matter what canes you guys have. You know, if you got canes, even the ones that turned out horrible, well, except for this, because I think regardless of how I put that together, that's still going to look horrible. My lines aren't straight. I didn't put black around the blue. And you can see right here, it looks like the San Andreas fault. You know, it's just, it's not even. It's the same with the other side. They weren't placed together. So either way, that one's not going to be good. So that one, I will probably just cut it all up. And yeah, I don't know. Use it for something. I just bought a couple tutorials. There is an artist named Deb Hart. Oh, she makes the greatest stuff. She makes a lot of southwestern stuff and canes and stuff. So I bought kind of like a bundle of her canes. So I'm going to work on those later tonight. Because I think out of everything that I do, I love southwestern. That's always been my thing. If you notice, a lot of my colors, they go towards the turquoise and oranges and reds, whites, ivories. Maybe because I live in the desert. That I'm not sure, but I've always loved working with those color combos. So I think tonight I'm going to actually sit down and do one of her tutorials. They're very, very detailed though, so I'm hoping my ADD can focus long on them. So we'll see. Obviously, it's not something I can share here. I mean, I can share my final cane, but I can't make it. It's gonna be fun. Okay, so I made these really thin, and it's about 1.5 inches where I normally am. Oh, I like those. I like that. I like that. I like that. Okay. I need to go a little wider though. A lot wider. Okay, so we're going to make this a little more thin. Okay. Let me just get a sample of how long I need that right there. It's about 1 3/4 or so. Oop, sorry. And right there. I'll leave that guy right in between. Those are cute. I don't know why, but those turned out really cute. Let me put that up real quick. Aren't those cute? Part of me thinks I should have put those in between there, but I'm not. I'm going to leave it alone. I don't like stuff like this on the end, but I don't know. Okay, we're just going to leave it alone. Okay, so I don't want to leave this on the end. I don't know why. I just don't like when I have white or black on the ends, especially when they're really small elements. So I already have, see, I already have this blue, but I already have this purple. I don't want that. So I think this one, what we're going to do is we're going to create this really tall. So tall and long. And I think we're just going to put that on the other side and call it a day. This might not be enough. I have this one. That, no. Alright, we're going to try this. If it turns out, it turns out. If not, it's okay, right? We're just playing. This is really old as well. I was hoping to go problem with this is I've got the full thing in the middle, but this one I've lost a little bit on top. So that's better, but this isn't going to make it all the way through. Ugh, I can't imagine that one. So let me see if I have anything else. I have the leaf. Well, I don't remember what I used this for. Okay, let me go into my stash and let's see what we got in there. I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what I was saying. I have like 8 of these. 2 of them are full of just flowers. I think I got one that's full of leaves. And they're just weird pieces that I've made to be used for backgrounds. That's an interesting one. And this is more of translucent background. I need something kind of big. That is an actual cane, so I don't know why that's in there. That's an interesting one. So we have a couple we can choose from. And yeah, some of these are getting really old. Oh, that would make a good butterfly, so I'm not going to use that one. I will have to come back and show you how I make my butterfly cane very shortly. Okay, so we're just going to pull what we got here. So this is what we got. This was the first thing I pulled out. I don't know if I want to use stripes. I got 2 greens. I don't know if I want to use another green. I've got this interesting cane. It is very old and probably crumbly. You know, that might work. Now, this is where you just have to kind of put things together, and sometimes you'll put them together and they're going to look kind of funky. Don't worry about that, because the end result usually comes out a lot better. You know, and I'm just kind of moving them to where, you know, some are facing one way, some are facing the other, just to give it a whole lot of, I don't know, just a little bit kind of excitement to it, you know. It's not the same thing. You got a bunch of different elements that'll do some crazy things when you stretch them out. See, no, I wasn't going to even use this, but I'm still not sure if I should use it, because again, it is old. Yeah, no, this is just crumbling. It actually wouldn't have been too bad, but I don't think I can save it, and I don't think I have any more in there. I do have kind of like a red and white. Yeah, but as far as that actual leaf cane, I don't have any more. Okay, well, I really want to use this now. So maybe we'll just make it thinner. We'll see. I'll just play with it for a little bit. See if I can salvage it. So I was going to put that about right there. And I just kind of push in, and that'll give me a wider center than the outside. So if I cut that off, I'll see how much thinner I can make this without destroying it. Okay, we're almost there. See, and you just press too hard and it comes apart. So maybe it's just not meant to be. Okay, and we're going to leave it. I think we got it about as far as we could get it. It would be nice to go just a little wider, but we're just going to leave it. So right here, I don't want any more green. I do have this blue and white. I think this is kind of cool. And again, this is pretty old. So really quick, I don't want you to have to watch me do this. What I'm going to do is, as you can see where it is, we're going to stretch this so that it goes all the way to the end of the white. So I'm going to reduce this up like this and just make it taller without losing the shape, and I will be right back. Alrighty, so we got it as long as we want. taking it right there at the end of the green. Not right there. Pull it all the way across. And it's a little thicker right here. But I want it to cover that white. Just like that. Alrighty guys, so that took all about, oh, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes to pick out what I wanted. So that is our cane. So now, obviously what we're going to do is we are going to make this into a triangle and reduce it down to, I don't know, maybe an inch, maybe a little bit more, I don't know yet. I don't like going really big and then I go small and realize that I wish I would have went a little bigger. So you leave it like that, and then you can make your 4 sides. You can make your 6 side, or you could take half of it and make a square cane. I haven't decided that yet, but let me go ahead and reduce this. We are about almost 2 inches wide and all the way around. So let me get it down about half size of this, and I'll come back and I'll let you see it. Alright, so I don't know, something told me that some of you need to see this. So when you're reducing your cane, make sure you're not pulling the edges. Make sure you're pulling from the center, because the center is usually harder than the edges. So make sure when you pull from, I mean, we've already made it a little bit bigger, but can you see how it hasn't really sucked in like you normally do? If you pull from the edges, then you're pulling just these out from the rest of the cane. But if you pull right here in the center, and don't be like me and manhandle it, it's really hard not to, but just go kind of gentle, and then turn it over and do the same from the center. But as you're doing it, pull. When it gets smaller, it's a lot easier, because usually I'll just turn and I'll pull. See, so when I'm pulling from the center out. And then a lot of times our left hand is either heavier than our right or vice versa. So turn the cane over and do the same with the other side. Okay, so I don't know who needed to see that. Maybe nobody. But I wanted you to see how that's done. And it just really helps to make sure that all of that cane is moving as you go and not just the ends. Okay, so I'm going to go again and finish this, and again I'll be back. Alrighty, so here we are. So you know me, I won't make a whole lot of pendants and stuff like that, and brooches or whatever I make it for. So I've got this at about, I'm going to say about 10 inches. We have a little bit of waste, and I'm not really worried about that. So I can go a little farther just to get it past that 10 inch. And see what I mean about how one hand's always pushing harder than the other? Look at how thick this end is compared to this. So this is where I churn it and I work on it like that, because I kind of know that's going to happen with me. Okay, so we're going to be good, and we will cut off the edges a little bit. I want to look at it. Okay, and so the first thing I want to do, so I'm going to keep 4 inches just to play with that. But then I'm going to take, does that give me 6 inches, right? 1, 2, 3. We're going to cut this in half. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Oh, wow. Wow, guys. See, again, when I make something that I don't want to make, I end up making them look so much better. I really like that. Okay, so you can do it like this. I might just leave it like this and leave it alone. Okay, so you can do that. You can do it like that, which is kind of interesting as well. I don't know if it's... And you can do it like that. Okay, so why I did that was I'm going to square this one up. So when I square it up, you want it butt end, but because I've made all of these to where they're the same size all around, I got to figure out how I want to do this, because you're going to make this and this into a square. So you got to make sure you really like it. Okay, and then you have this one right here, which would look really nice on a corner, like that. Okay, and then you have this one right here, and that would be a corner. Yeah, I'm just kind of thinking as I'm going. So I think I'm going to do, oops, I think I'm going to do it like this. Okay, so we're going to put this together. And as you can see, this corner is just a little bigger than that corner. So we need to bring this down. Well, that's funny, because this one's pointier. This one seems to be a lot bigger. Maybe because I'm just on the end. Okay, because this matches up perfect. All right, but you can see right here, see that big difference? So we're going to have to cut this side down just a little bit. And then if you want, you can bring in your little bracelet template things if you have them. A ruler would work fine. I would use a wood ruler because the metal ones are just so thin. Okay, and just make sure you got your nice little corner. Okay, now I'll try putting that back together. It's going to be that way. That's really interesting. See if it matches up if I do it that way. Okay, fine. We're going to keep that one. I'm not going to mess with it. So 1, 2, 3, we're going to go 1.5. And again, we're going to butt end it like that. Matches a little better, not by much. And on this one, I'm just going to kind of get this into a square. And doing it this way, I'm kind of skewing it a little bit. So you're just pushing each corner, one down, one up, one down, one up. And just give it a little squish. And then I turn it around and do the same. Now you don't have to do it that way. You can do it this way too, by pushing down. You push back, push forward, push back, push forward. Okay, so this one, let's see. We are going to go maybe 4 inches. I'm going to go ahead and pause this so you don't have to watch me reduce it. I'll be back when we get to 4 inches. Okay, so we're back to 4 inches. So I'm going to cut them each at 1 inch. And pray that they line up. Okay, so I could either do it like this. Okay, that just seems like too much. So you can turn it around and try it this way. So this, the yellows are sticking out. This one, the yellows are kind of sticking up. Does it make a difference? Sometimes it actually does. So, what I thought would look cool by having that green as the border was a little too much. So the only thing I think I can do is take the oranges now with the green. I think that's going to look much better. Not really impressed with the end part of it. But if we lay it out and put it all together, it might look pretty cool. So on this, we're just gonna make sure that they're all lined up. And then we're just gonna squish it. Can you see how one side wants to be a little thicker than the other? Very soft. Very soft and squishable. Okay, so that's it. So I always cut them from the center. Okay, so there you go. Not too bad. And then doing this, you can do, was it this one that was perfect? I think this one was better. And this one's a little big. I'm probably going to reduce it a little bit more. Okay. To make a pair of earrings, it's cool to just take 2 of these together. And then you can just make them long or however you want to do it to get to your earring shape. Okay, but here it is when you put it all together, which you can use for a brooch. You can make a pendant. You can make a hair barrette out of this. All kinds of fun things you can do out of this. Okay, so basically, okay, so you've got that way of doing it, which is kind of cool. I don't know if I can, that's why I should have done it on paper so that I could lift it up and show you. I'm going to try and lift it up. Okay, so this is one way, and I know it's not put together perfectly. Okay, and then the other way, so what do we have? The green and the orange down on the bottom. So we're going to turn it over, and we're going to make that on the bottom. Sometimes you got to really make sure that these are perfectly equal on all sides, which I don't have yet. But anyway, so okay, do that as well. You're just going to have to imagine what it looks like good. Okay, so we did the orange on the bottom. We did this on the bottom. So now we're going to do this on the bottom. Okay, and if they ever come out of shape, all you got to do is basically just take your little blade and push it. Okay, and then you can do 3 at a time as well. Because you can see that this one's not exactly even. Okay, so this one. But I don't know how I'm going to work it. That's why I don't want to put it all the way together. Okay, so it was this one we needed on the bottom. Okay, and that one's going to go that way. That way. And that will match this way. Really tropical feeling. So not too bad. Okay, so that's another one. So you can reduce these down to 1/2 inch, you know, and again, you remember the earrings we made the other day, the little hollow ones. I mean, these are just so great for that, or even a pendant. So hope you like that. If you guys have anything in particular you want me to do, I can start making jewelry. Do you like the Kaleidoscope canes? Do you like the flower canes? Basic canes? Just let me know in the comments what you like, and we'll try and get those done for you. Because I can always use ideas, because I get to that point where I'm just fried. I seriously can't think of anything else to do. So I want to show you something real quick. I know it's wonky. I know it's kind of weird. But these are sitting on my desk. I might as well show them to you. I'd love to get a Lucy slicer. Can't afford a Lucy slicer. I may market these, but what I want to do is I want to make something to where you'll be able to pull out each line to cut. So I'm not done with this. This is just something for fun. But you'll just lay your cane in it. I always do that. Okay, and it'll slice. So this is where I got to get to where I don't have to pick it up anymore. Oh, look at that cute little flower. Without the end. I kind of like that. I'm going to save that. That could be used just on one stupid thing. Okay, we're just going to move that right there. There. And there we go. So there we go. So now I just got to figure out how to make it easier to bring that closer. But ta-da! There we go. Hope you guys liked it. Have a great rest of the weekend, and we will talk to you probably midweek. Talk to you then. Bye.